Here we go then, video 10 of the Husqvarna Automower Challenge for 2017. I just wanted to summarise really what's happened over the last 6 months of having the Automower. The good points, the bad points, which there are actually not very many. Yeah, so I mean the good points are that you don't have to go out mowing. You can just let it go, and it just keeps working. It takes quite a long time to cover the lawn. You'll see the odd dandelion appear over time, and then you'll come back out the next day and it's gone. It climbs banks, and I don't know, you'll never be able to see on the video how steep this bank is and what it has to turn on, but it's much steeper than when we had it originally stalled on the top of the bank, and it has coped with it with no problems whatsoever. The only problem we had was when the puppy chewed the boundary wire. I had to repair that. So puppies and Automowers might not be the best bet, but otherwise it's brilliant. I mean, I think you can see from the lawn by how green it looks now. With the old ride-on mower, we used to mulch, and in that typical lazy way, we used to wait for the grass to be far too long, then mow it, mulch it, and you used to walk it in with the dogs on your feet and walk it all through the house. Wife used to go mad, but now with this, I can walk over this in the rain, and I can walk straight into the house, and you wouldn't even know I've been outside. Just cuts off those little bits, and you never know I've been there. Some of the bad points, I suppose, it has got stuck a couple of times down in the bottom of the bank over the flower beds, yeah, where it just sort of, and then when it does get stuck, it can dig itself quite a hole, but then it just stops there and you reset it, and it doesn't quite get to the edges on the banks where we've got the steps coming up. There's an edge there that we have to strim, but the strimmer works beautifully, very light and easy to use. So it's been, I mean, overall been absolutely fantastic. Another point is that it doesn't go outside my fence, so all of this gets rather neglected these days because I'm too idle to get the mower out to go and do it. But it's been yeah, been wonderful, and it hasn't missed a beat. I've changed the blades once in the 6 months I've had it. Probably didn't need to, it was still cutting well, but I just thought I should. It's never not found its way home. The guide wire's always been brilliant, and the lawn looks way better than it did at the start of the Automower Challenge. So yeah, I mean, just really pleased with it. I'd recommend buying one to anybody. Like I said, the old man's already bought one. A few others have had a look at them and keep trying to work out what they can spend their money on otherwise. But it's just, yeah, it is really good. It does exactly what it says on the tin, and it gives you way more free time to do everything else. I think that's one of the key things, is you don't have to go out and mow. It's just doing it all the time. It's very safe. The puppy's been chasing it, never gets anywhere near it. If it bumps into it, it just goes back off it. Copes with hills and slopes. It's so quiet. That's the other thing. You're so used to a petrol mower. It's just silent, which is brilliant. You don't hear it, and it goes out and off it goes. I mean, you could have it running all night. We don't need to. For our garden, which is just over sort of 1,200 meters squared, we have it running from 11 in the morning through till 6 o'clock at night. And that's all it's needed. And even in this September, where we have had huge grass growth throughout September because it's been so wet and mild, it's managed to keep up admirably. And yeah, as you can see, the lawn, well, looks really green. So yeah, very pleased indeed. I'd like to thank Husqvarna for letting us have the option to try this mower, and I really would recommend it to anybody. It's nice to have a piece of kit that, although it looks complicated, does exactly what it says on the tin.